I hope everybody is okay. I want to say this first. Not le bati bon me kofo me gashimen. I go mula luvalu susafle budagami. I go. I want to say that. First thing that I want to say is we are in a crisis. Some people don't believe that it's a crisis. Some people believe it's something political, or it's a game, or it's something that the government made. It's so many different theories of what the people are thinking. But what you really need to realize is it is a virus that's going around. It is making people sick. It is killing people. People are dying. And you don't have to see it in your house to believe it, or within your family, or any of your friends to believe it. But when you look at this, the Loa had warned us of it. On November the 1st, 2019, the Loa-bound criminal said that there was going to be a disease that was going to hit your land, is what he said, your land, and it was going to hit in January. Well, in January, this disease did hit. Even though a lot of us didn't know nothing about it, and if the government knew anything about it, whether they told the people or whoever knew, it did hit in January. Then this thing started to move, and it moved across the world, not just in our country, not just in the United States. It moved across the world. You have to look at this thing, and then you got to look at what that Loa said. He said, the disease will hit your land. So he had to be talking about how it's going to come from another land to another land until it hits your land. Well, they call it a pandemic. They call it that. But is it really that? I call it a plague. It's a lot worse than what they're calling it. It's a plague. But because that Loa warned us and told us about it, you got to think about the arena that Loa works in. It helps with diseases, help with terminal illnesses, help with pushing us back, stabilizing us so that we could be helped. So you look at again what's going on today. It's a plague. And when you have a plague, you have a lot of confusion. You have physical confusion, and you have spiritual confusion. The physical confusion is everybody don't believe it. People are not thinking that this thing could kill them. They're not looking out for themselves or the ones that they care about, their friends or their family. They're not thinking that if this thing hit their family member or their friends, and they're within the environment, the possibilities that it could hit them. They're not thinking, let me take care. Let me be careful. Because whatever can happen to me can happen to my family or my friends. They're not thinking that if they can weather that storm of catching the disease, somebody that they pass it to might not. They may not make it, and they may die. But then you got to ask yourself the question, can you live with it? Can you live with it if you know you caught that virus and you passed it on to somebody else and then they died? Can you live with it? Then if your answer is no, then you have to take better care of yourself and precautions of yourself to not pass it. If your answer is no, then I want to tell you something wrong with you. Care is missing. Love is missing. Concern is missing. You're reckless and you're not thinking. We are caught up in crossroads. Crossroads of spirits and crossroads of the living. The ones that are dying from this is bringing an influx of spirits all over the world. And this influx of spirits, they cannot be taken care of properly. So there's not proper burials or proper funerals or proper last rites. The things that go with every religion, whether you are Judaism or Islam or Hindu or Christian or Baptist or Voodoo or Ifa or Candomblé or from Orisha from Trinidad or whatever religion that you are practicing. These people are dying. And some of them don't even know that they are dead. Some of them are asleep. They fall asleep and then they die in their sleep. Some of them are not aware. Well, you can look at in America, somebody could die in a car accident. And right where that spot of that car accident, the people go back and they put candles or teddy bears, or they put candy or flowers right at that spot where the person died. But I don't think that the people understand why they did it. For them, it's a closure for them to make them feel better, or to make them let that person know who died, let them know that they love them, they care about them, and they're remembering them. But really what it does in the spirit is letting that person that died, is letting them know that they are dead. That's what's really happening here. So you have an influx of spirits that's moving. And then you have an influx of people that are getting sick. This is a plague. You could call it a pandemic. You could call it that, but this is a plague. Now, every spiritual leader should know this. Every spiritual leader of every religion should know this. And they should know that it's coming from God and not China. You could take it physically and blame it on China. But we know that God will use whatever that he wants for his will to be done. It could have started in America. It could have started in China. It could have started in Russia. It could have started in Africa. It could have started anywhere that God chose for it to start. But every spiritual leader should know from the climate of the world that this is God. It is not a time to be political. It's not a time to say blue states, red states. It's not a time to blame this country, blame that country. What everybody need to do is to dig down and bury themselves down within their religious faith. If you look at this, they're using too much politics to go into religion, where politics have no place in religion. It's no place. You have churches that will support this and churches that will support that. Churches will go against abortion, but churches will have other things that they will accept. Why? Why are churches involved in the politics? Leave it to God. Leave it to everybody's choice on how they're going to live their life. Everybody's choice to answer to God individually. Then you don't have to worry about politics saying, oh, well, you're an evil person because you're abortion. Or you're evil because you're gay. Or you're evil because you're bisexual. Or you're evil because you had your sex change. Or you're evil because of this or that. Politics have no place in that either. All of those are by individual choices. And anybody that make their choice has to stand before God by themselves and answer by themselves. Whether you are Voodoo, Ifa, Candomblé, Christian, whatever religion's faith you are. I don't usually come out on Facebook like this because I'm a people person. I want to touch you. I want to see you. But under the circumstances, with this virus going around, I don't think I need to be touching anybody or, want to hold you. But I can hug you on Facebook, and I can blow your kiss on Facebook, and I can tell you what this divination is, and I can divine it out and tell you what it means. It's a storm that can be weathered. But you have to use all of the tools of your faith to be able to ride it out. All of the tools of wisdom to ride it out. All of the tools of good choices. And I mean real good choices. Not just because you want to do it, but just a real good choice. It's going to take praying for yourself, praying for other people, praying for our first responders, praying for the nurses, praying for the doctors, praying for everyone who will put their hands in it and put their life on the line for you. Because it's a sacrifice. It's not just their job. At this point, it's a sacrifice. Before this, it's their job and it's their oath to save lives. But today, those nurses, those doctors, those first responders, today is a sacrifice. And everyone should understand it's a sacrifice, and the spiritual leaders should be telling the people it's a sacrifice. Pray for them. Even for our president. And you can watch anything on TV. The president told another lie today. He told so many thousands of lies. The president this and that. But because our lives is in his hand, and whatever it is that he does is if we are affected, then you should pray for him too. Pray that his eyes will be open. Pray that he could see the suffering of the people. Pray that he could care for the people like he cared for himself and care for his family. And every last one of them politicians. Pray for all of them. It's not a time to say it's politics and then formulate your own ideology of what it is that you think it is. You could do that too, but it's not going to get us nowhere. We're just going to have a new wave of this disease that's just going to keep coming. And when we think that it's going to be flattened out, it's going to be another wave that's going to come. And you can look at the countries and say it started all over again in China. Or it started now in Japan. You can say it started now in America. You can say whatever you want to say. But it will be a new wave that will come because we're not learning our lesson. The lesson is God is tired. This don't have to happen. He could have lifted his hand and put his hand down and said, no, this is not going to go across the world. But when it goes across the world, every spiritual leader should be paying attention. It's a plague, people.
You have a few questions on here. Mia asks, what is the best way to pray at home?
When you pray at home, you have to think about faith. And you have to believe that when you're talking to God, or you're talking to the Rishi, or you're talking to the Lord, you have to believe you are being heard. You don't have to be at a sanctuary. You don't have to be at the Humble Forum. Prayer is powerful, but you have to believe it. If you have belief, you're going to have faith. And if you have faith, you can do.
Dejan wants to know from New Orleans, what's the best herb to use to heal right now?
The best herb is hyssop. That's the best herb. Put it over your door.
Lisa from New Orleans wants to know, what routine should we do to stay clean?
You need to be praying that this death and this disease pass you by. You need to have incense where you could put incense and go through your house. And you don't have to smoky it so terrible, but just to go through your house. And in that, you need to be praying that while this crossroad above us, have it pass us by. And you know, I say pass us by. This is a time where one faith need to be talking to another faith. The Jewish people, they celebrate Passover. But do we understand Passover? The Christians will talk about Passover around Easter or Palm Sunday, but do they understand it? What is it that the Jews understand about Passover that the Christians may not understand? And what is it that they understand about Passover that the African religions don't understand? Papa Ogun said that each religion was whole within itself, but a part of the greater whole, one religion that's under God. This is not a time for separation of religions. But you need to pray, and you need to ask it to pass your house.
One more question. A woman who is pregnant, she said, at a time like this, what should I be doing? She's due in April-ish, May.
You need to ask God to continue to bless your womb, to bless your unborn baby. We use water, rainwater, ocean water. When it rains, you need to walk in it. If you just to go out your door and just walk in the rain and let the rain hit your body, no umbrella, pray because the rain is sacred. Ask God to clear your path. Ask Him to bless you in the rain.
I said, thank you, Mambo. Merci beaucoup.
You're welcome. Hope it's a baby girl.
You have a lot of people from different parts of the world. You have Carlos Alberto Alvarez saying Bura Bore to Gro Mambo. You have people in Haiti saying Ai Bobo.
Ai Bobo.
You have people in Canada that wanted to say hello, Gro Mambo.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
People in California saying hello, Gro Mambo.
Oh my gosh.
You have Ifa Bumiri. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. He says, greetings, tuned in and watching from Trinidad in the West Indies.
Yes.
He said, this is what I've been saying. Some people are dead and they are not even aware that they are dead.
That's right. That you truly are seeing the spirit. And that is going to cause a confusion in the spirit. Because how do you satisfy it? How do you let all these people know that they are dead? And this is not just in our country, this is around the world. How do you let them know? And this is causing an influx on the spiritual side. And it can cause confusion within the spirit. Confusion in the bloodlines. Confusion that they may not cross over, they may not go where they're supposed to go. We should be praying.
Mm-hmm. Someone else said from New Orleans, Dejan, what type of candle can we light for release?
I say a white candle for health, but I'll also say a purple candle because Baon was the one that gave the message. He was the one that gave the warning. And you know, you could give these warnings, and you could give the message, but people don't believe in it. if you're not jumping up and down and going crazy and doing a whole bunch of stuff that's a thrill, they won't believe you. Because you're not jumping up and down and going hooty, 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 hoo. You're not, screaming all over the place. Let's get some blood and throw it all over the place. Oh, you do that, they're going to believe you. But when you're not doing that, oh, something's wrong with you. Well, can't a person in African religion look just as normal as a Christian? It has to be the hoodoo hoodoo and all these different things for them to go, oh yeah, that was some voodoo over there. In fact, they call all of it voodoo. They'll call Santeria voodoo, they'll call Ifa voodoo. If they see you dressed in African tradition or they see you dressed in Haitian, all of it is clumped up together as voodoo, and then they give it the worst scenario that they could possibly give it.
Mia said, I talked to my dad about Passover, and he finally is not trying to go out anymore. He understands now how serious it is.
The last that I looked at this, the numbers of death is rising, and the numbers of the people who have been diagnosed with the virus, coronavirus, have passed every country. It has passed it. That's because we have great choice to do whatever we want to do in this country. Other countries could put that demand down. If they tell you that you are going to be quarantined and don't you come out that room, oh, they're going to make sure you don't come out that room. Some countries will shoot you because you're looking at deliberately trying to contaminate other people.
Mm-hmm.
But in America, they're not going to shoot you if you come out your door and they tell you not to.
Mm-hmm.
Some countries are very strict when they tell the people what they want and what the people cannot do. But some countries, they have that lax thing. We might fine you, or we might create a law that if you intentionally pass it, it's a felony, or you're going to get it. Oh, the law is going to come after you, some kind of way. But the people, you don't have to get into, I'm going to respect the law. Just respect yourself. Just respect getting up this morning and breathing when nobody else did. Just respect that you got up with life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get up with life and you respect life, then cherish your life. Don't jeopardize your life. Don't let any lie that you heard on television make you believe that this is also a lie. And I know that's hard. Because if you hear so many lies and a lie and a lie and a lie, then you're going to just say it's another lie. It's like the man who cries woof. And they holler woof. And they go, oh, they holler woof, 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 woof. They holler that. And then when they really holler woof, nobody want to hear them. They just believe, oh, it's just another one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you search your heart and get other people out of your ear and go within yourself and have your own mind, your own thinking, you're going to come up with, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Get it divine. Get a reading. Let them tell you, since you don't want to do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a spiritual leader. Let them tell you. But then if they tell you, believe them. Don't say they're in cahoots with it too. But this is why our numbers are skyrocketing. Because it's important to continue to go to a bar, to go to a club, to go to a party. It's important. Oh, it's very important. Go on a date. It's important. Well, it's not time for that. It's time to be still.
Mm-hmm.
Just be still a little bit. Let it pass you by. Be still.
Dejan from New Orleans say, Mambo, can you explain what Passover is?
What Passover is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you like this. It means stay in your house. That's what Passover
right.
is. Stay in your house and let all of this vibration of death pass you by.
E5 said, Ashe, shrines set up and fed take care of those quote-unquote wandering spirits.
Yes. I couldn't have said it better. Now, that's a wise person. And when that person talks, you should listen.
Andrea McCoy says, you are so right, Gro Mambo, be still. And you have a lot of blessings from Croatia, Puerto Rico, and Nigeria, and Philadelphia.
We have to pay attention to our land. In African religion, I did a report. This is a 36-year report. And this report talked about African religion 36 years ago. And it talked about how African religion was going to go to a demise. And it said how it would die in the countries that it originated in first. And then it will move to other countries, even to the U.S. And according to what we all do, they will die in those lands. African religion is just as important as any other religion. All religions should be respected. And African religion should be respected too. But it's the things that we do with the tools in our religion is going to make a determination whether our faith live or die. Whether it will grow or go to a demise. We have to live our faith. We have to live the tools of divination, the tools of hearing in the spirit. Even a first level initiate should hear something. They are not without hearing. And we have to learn to obey it, whether we like it or not. And the more we hear, the more we obey, the stronger we get. And the more communication we have, the more we have that direct link that keep coming down. Whether we sit in front of this shrine or that shrine, whether it's in front of Ogun shrine, or Urgently Frida shrine, or Oshun shrine, or Yemaya shrine, or Dantor shrine. And then we need to live those songs, them songs that we sing them prayers, and we need to live them, not just sing them. We need to sing them and then walk it. Sing them and then live them. And then we grow within our faith. And then we touch other people. Then other people can see it in us. They can see you're different from somebody else. Not from your personality, but the spirit that you carry. Or what's on your head. Or the Loa on your head. Or the Risha on your head. Or the deity that you're connected to. And you're supposed to live it to display it. And you should be proud to do it. Not proud to do it when you're in your own sanctuary, your own Ile. Walk out of your sanctuary, walk out of your Ile, walk out of your shrine house, and still live it, and let somebody see you living it, and then say, hey, what are you into? Then tell them. Don't say I didn't know what to say. You go to a hospital, they're going to ask you, what religion are you? Are you saying my religion is voodoo? My religion is Ifa? My religion is Santeria? My religion is Candomblé? Orisha from Trinidad? Orisha from Cuba? Are you saying it? That's how our religions grow. That's how we become strong. And be able to stand strong. That's how when we fall down, we get up. That's how we keep moving. When you ask Papa, go and put your machete in my hand and cut the way. And you cut the way. But are you really cutting the way, or is it just something you saying because you know that's what you're supposed to say? Now is the time to pray. It's a time to use the tools of each one of them. Love in the correct way. Faith in the correct way, unconditionally. Strength in the correct way, no matter what your situation is. Fight with your family. And let them know why you're fighting with them. You're trying to save them. Say it anyway and let them tell you no. Then at least you did your job. But don't say, I'm not going to say anything to them because they're not going to listen to me. I'm not going to say nothing to them because they're looking at my religion. Say it anyway and let them say no. Then when anything happens, you're going to be able to say, I said it, I struggled with them, now look what happened. Now maybe they'll see that you was telling them right. But if you don't say nothing, then they will never know that you were right.
Ifa says, tell them, Gro Mambo, tell them. Ashe, so she says, we have to live our tradition every minute we travel this plane. She said, I do that. I make no mistake about that. I say it loud and clear. I'm not ashamed.
That's
From
right.
Trinidad.
That's right. And that's what we have to do. And then we can't do what all these other religions are doing, where you got this set of Christians fighting with that set of Christians. Mm-hmm. You can have the Catholics fighting with the Protestants, the Baptists fighting with holiness. We can't do that. And for them to do it, it don't make sense because they're all worshiping the same God. And they all are worshiping the same Jesus over there.
Mm-hmm. Melody says, yes, open your mouth and stand firm.
Mambo Charity in Texas says we have to come together.
We have to. Because division is not a time for that. Mm-hmm. A division in the house, a division with your family and friends, a division in the way you think. You have to come together. When you say that, you come together, you said something very, very big then. I don't even think you realize just how big you said that. We come together as a people, yes, but we come together in faith. We come together in hope. We come together to light a candle together. We come together in the same light. We come together on the same path. We come together in love, charity. We come together in cherishing. Come together in care. You come together and you take those 7 African powers and the dominions that they walk in. You bring it all together. You make it all one. And then you cross from one dominion to the next dominion with no separation within it. Because you can't have love without care. You can't have care if you don't have love. You can't have faith if you don't have strength. You come together. Oh, baby, you don't know what you just said. You come together in everything. Mm-hmm. Those Loas and those Rishas are ruling in their dominions. And we can walk in their dominions. Those Loas and the Rishas, those deities, they are talking to one another. And we have to learn the true thing about them. Just like you have the Bible, you can have a minister get up there and he could preach from a Bible, but he is going to give you his understanding of those words. It is the same thing in this. You can know this about this Loa or this Orisha or this deity, and it got to be the understanding of that individual, that priest, on what that deity, Loa, Orisha, what they stand for. And I'm going to say force so I don't have to keep going through all those different ones. What that force stands for. But the priests, they got to go in deep. They got to go in deep and study, deep in training, deep in searching in the spirit. And the more they go deep, you will find an understanding of each one of them that maybe you was taught one way, but once you went deep into the spirit, you found it another way. That's only a higher understanding of it. We have errors in this too, just like everybody else have errors. Some people think that if you got one low eye on your head or another one on your head, they think that you're supposed to be crazy. Well, the person will act out being crazy because they're taught that that's what they're supposed to do, act like they're crazy. Some think that, oh, if you're urgently Frida, then you're supposed to get into bed with everybody. Everybody, let me just get into bed with them and love, 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 love. But that's not who she is. It's true love. Try to understand true love. And then you can understand that low hour, that urgently Frida, old shoon. You can understand it. Some say Ogun is bloodthirsty. Well, there's a Shanti that we have that God sends Ogun to destroy the Humbleful because the people in the Humbleful done went crazy, went wild, not listening to God, disobedient, and then rampant, and then God is tired of it, and then God will tell Papa Ogun, I want you to go and blow that Humbleful down. But if you don't have the understanding like that, then you're going to say, Ogun went crazy and blew the Humbleful down. It was blood all over the place. But if you understand that Ogun is going to follow what God tells him to do, then you know that you cannot do this because God might get tired of what you're doing and then send Papa Ogun to take care of it. But it's okay if you say, Papa Ogun, could you cut the way for me? And he takes his machete and then he start cutting the way for you. That's okay. You don't have nothing to say about that. But it's like anything. You have to accept the bitter with the sweet. It's all going to be by your hand. All about what you do. All about what you think. We should be asking Papa Ogun, cut the way for us now. Allow this thing to be cut away from us. Don't let me or my family get sick. Help me. I need help. One of the things I would ask all of the Lords is to take my prayer and put it at the feet of God for me. Because I don't feel as though I'm good enough to pray that, to say it for myself. So I asked one of them Lords if they could carry my prayer for me. Put it at the feet of God. It's a time to be humble in the spirit. And it's a time to get in touch with what you are. And what that spirit is saying to you, what that force is saying to you. I came on Facebook Live to beg you. I am really here begging you. Please.
And Instagram. You're on both.
I'm begging.
Yes.
I'm begging you to protect yourself. Protect your family. There's no harm in taking the precautions, whether you believe that this is an epidemic or not. But it's not that, it's a plague. Because it's going across the world. And people of all races, all colors, rich, poor, middle class, is catching this thing and they are dying from it. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Be still. Stay inside. Come on your porch and get some fresh air. Run back in the house. Be strict with your family. Be strict with your door. Be a leg by at your own door. Don't let it in your house. Yeah, you can have friends to come over, but you don't know where your friends been. Not to say that they are evil. but you don't know where they've been. Care about yourself and what's inside your doors and just tell them, go home. And I'll see you after this is over with. Talk to them on cell phone or FaceTime or whatever. There's so many different ways that you could talk to them. Celebrate with them. Have your party by cell phone. Protect yourself. I do believe that you should put salt out your front door and out your back door to keep the negative spirits away from your door. Because you got a tusk going on there. Good spirits, bad spirits, none of them know they're dead. Protect yourself there. Use Florida water. Put it in water. Sprinkle it on yourself. Sprinkle it around your house. Pick it up and just sprinkle it around your house. But believe that when you're doing that, it's working for you. Believe that it's going to freshen the spirit of the house. Believe that it's going to remove the clouds. Beware of depression. You don't need to get depressed. Have faith. I know some of you are losing your jobs, but have faith. If you have faith and you're inside, God is going to see you. And He's going to help you. The Loas and the Rishas, they're going to help you. You're inside. But when you're outside, you're reckless. How can God help you if you're not trying to help yourself? You know, in my path, moving from one country to the next country, you find one thing that you hear in every religion. God is going to take care of it. Ifa is going to take care of it. Jesus is going to take care of it. Allah is going to take care of it. All these, the Ayami is going to take care of it. Bonjet Ivan going to take care of it. Every language and every land. But how can they take care of it if you sit down and do absolutely nothing? You have to do something. Then it works. God take care of it.
PT Donna asked, how often should we throw salt outside the house?
I would say once a week. Salt is very powerful in getting rid of negative spirits. I don't believe it's something you have to do every day. But how long this is going to take, I would say do it once a week. Just throw salt out there. But don't go running to the supermarket and then get into crowds of people to buy salt. Have it delivered. Amazon.
Logan says, how do you put the salt outside of your house?
You have to draw a line outside your door. Like if your door is like this, just say this is your door and this is the ground in front of your door or the step in front of your door, you just take it across the door.
Your followers are asking what kind of salt?
I would say sea salt. Sea salt is the best because you're talking about Duntor, you're talking about the ocean. And that salt is a powerful salt. Sea salt. And you put it across your door. Don't throw it. Just one line across your door.
Vicky says hi.
Hi, Vicky.
And Ifa said everyone's saying Aibo Bo Gro Mambo, Ashe. Ifa said it's a high time we get back in touch with ourselves, get back into the alignment with the multiverse, Ashe.
That's right. And if you're indoors, it's forcing you to be indoors, you might get bored. Do that. Get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with your family. You probably don't even know your family that you might eat with or sleep with or pray with. You probably don't even know them. It's a time to get to know them. It's a time to go into your bloodline. It's a time to find out why your family might be having problems or why your family is prospering. It's a time to say, oh, my great-great-great-grandmother or my great-great-great-grandfather, this is what they used to do. And if you follow that all the way down, you're going to say, hey, what happened, Mom? Or, hey, Grandma, what happened? It's a time to do that. Get in touch.
Mia says her notes are on fire right now. She's taking a lot of notes.
Uh-oh. Is that good?
That's a good thing. She's writing it all down.
Okay.
Everyone's saying Ibobo.
They
Thank
have
you.
a lot of
Mambo.
greetings from the UK.
Thank you.
They're hours ahead of us, so they're a little sleepy, but they're here.
Be blessed and be safe. That's what I say. Be blessed and be safe. Build a stronger bind in your family. Bring a stronger love. All of us is experiencing the same thing, regardless what country we are in or what language we are speaking. We are all experiencing the same thing. There's nothing different about it. Because the virus don't know no color. It don't know no race. It don't know if you're rich or poor. It don't know. And guess what? It don't care. It's a plague. Be safe over there in the UK. Be safe over there in Canada.
South Carolina, Jersey, Trinidad.
Croatia,
Be safe.
Nigeria,
Nigeria,
Ghana.
Ghana,
Texas.
be safe. Be safe in Texas.
How they can look more about the readings that you've done
The
in the
readings,
books?
I have 2 books on the readings. You have this one that started it all, that talks about 7 years. This one right here. And then this one gives a more breakdown of this one. And all of this that we are going through right now is speaking within these 2 books before we even began to live it. The readings in these 2 books is still living. Some of it is telling us what's going to happen in a month. And I said at the time when everybody was saying, oh, Mambo, who's going to win the presidential? I said, Trump is going to win. No! Yeah, he's going to win. And he did win. But it also said what he would do. It said that too. And he did that too. It also talked about how it would be dissension. That happened too. It also talked about how we would go back in time. We did that too. But it tells us how to survive it. And we're doing that too. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for it to click with everybody. It don't click right away. Some move a little slow. But it still eventually will click. But we have to live the dominions.
Where can they find those books, Mambo?
They can order them at Amazon. They can order it there. Or they can order it at Le Peristyle. Or Book and Baby.
Gro Mambo. GroMambo.com.
Or GroMambo.com.
Or Target.
Or Target.
That's right.
Google it. You'll find it. Order it.
Denise McCarthy says, Mambo, you and the family be blessed and safe. Praying for everyone. Much love.
Thank you so much.
And some people have already bought your book. They put hearts.
They put hearts.
If they bought the book already.
Thank
That's
you. Thank you so much. But just remember why I'm on Facebook Live. I'm begging you. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to come back a little later, and I'm going to tell you about coffee syrup. And I'm going to tell you how to use coffee syrup in your house and to help you with your sleep so that you could be able to see. I'll come back with that. Right now, I want to beg you to stay indoors. That's what I want to do right now. And I want to beg you to take it serious. And I want to beg you to keep having faith and to keep having strength. Keep talking. Let them tell you no. At least you said it.
Mambo, they missed the name of the book.
The name of the book is Life and Living. See that? A 7-year blueprint for living. That's this one. And this one right here is Life and Living, Volume 2. A 7-year living blueprint. And it has all the information in it about the divination, about what we are going through right now, and what's still to come that we haven't even lived yet. You know, when I sit and I do a reading, when people say, Gro Mambo, I want to get a reading with you, and I could do it on the phone, or either they come in here and we do it here. In that reading, the Loa always give it to me in 3 parts. They give it to me the front of your life, the middle of your life, and the back of your life. Or they could say the front, the rear, and the middle. When they talk about the front of your life, let's just say the front of your life is right there at that curtain. That's the front of your life, right there. And this is the direction you're traveling, that way. There's things over there that's happening that you have not experienced yet. It's things that's going on. Now, let's just say where I'm sitting at right now is the middle of your life. There's things that's going on here. And let's just say back there is the back of your life. Well, some of those things you're going to recognize because those are some of the things that you pass in living. But then some of those things are back there that could be protection for you. But when you start living your life, this part of your life must reach that. And as the days, the weeks, the years, and the months start to pass, this part of your life has to reach that, which really was one time, the front part of your life. And now you have a different second part of your life that's being formed, because that first part of your life that's being formed already came to the second part. And then you keep moving, and then it moves behind you. That's important in living. To be able to know what's going on in the front of your life, what's going on in the middle of your life, and what's behind you. God bless Haiti. God bless Cuba. God bless Brazil. God bless Trinidad. God bless Croatia. God bless the UK. God bless Nigeria. God bless Ghana. God bless the United States of America. God bless every country, near and far. God bless China. God bless Japan. God bless all of our spiritual leaders. God bless the leaders of the lands. God bless them all. Because we are not going to make it without God's blessings.
Everyone says thank you, Ibobo and Ashe.
Everyone says thank you.
She said, and Vicky said, please send blessings to Jersey.
God bless Jersey. God bless you, Vicky. Did you get that? Hey, did I rise up? Do I rise up in this thing?
No, that was group FaceTime.
Oh, okay. So I'm not rising
No.
up and going back, and so I'm not being spooky to them like they were to me when I was on the phone.
But they might do that for service tomorrow.
Okay. All right, so I got to get myself ready for when they come out like that and then go back like that.
Vicky says, yay. She said, love you. And Lay says, in New York City, Philly, and Los Angeles.
God bless Los Angeles. God bless California.
Yes.
Because you are really going through it. And God bless New York. God bless my spiritual family. And my godkids in Haiti. And my son, Dominique, in Haiti. God bless my drummers.
They're on.
God bless you, Deuce. God bless you.
New Orleans.
God bless you, New Orleans. I could go on and on and on. God bless the world.
The world. Aoife says, blessings to you, Gro Mambo, your family, and your godchildren, I say.
I thank you so much. God bless Julie. Gro Mambo Julie is in the hospital. Everybody pray for her. Because she did catch the virus there in New Orleans. Bless her and bless her mother. Because her mother has to have the strength to be able to move through this while she watch her daughter being sick.
Can you say one more time the line?
God bless their family. I'm going to close with this prayer. And I'm going to say it in English so everybody can understand me. I ask that my prayer be wrong so that God can hear it. So that the forces, the Loas, the Orishas can hear it. I pray that we can all walk on this path in the light of God, in His protection, and in protection of the spiritual forces. I pray that we be touched from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet by God's power and the power of the forces that we believe in. I pray that we have strength and that everybody has strength to be able to know the difference between right and wrong and to be able to stand. I pray that if you fall down, that you could get back up and stand up. I always say my prayer is my song, and I'm singing my song for everybody. My prayer is my song. And I'm singing that the Spirit guide us, lead us, talk to us, and bind us. I pray that we could be washed in the rain. I pray that we could feel the truth of the wind. I pray that we have understanding from one to another. I pray to give us strength to be able to pray for these leaders. A true, honest prayer for the leaders. I pray for the ones that died and their families, to give them strength during this time. And I pray that those spirits rest in peace with an understanding of what they must do and where they must go. I pray that the ground underneath our feet is solid and not a sinking sand. I pray for good health, because without our health, we can't do anything. I pray that each morning that we get up, that we say thank you. Just say thank you, because you got up. I pray that we all learn the understanding of life and we understand living. I pray that we can all have true love, true love for one to another. I pray that we learn to forgive. I pray that we get rid of gossip and live in reality. I pray for our mothers and our fathers, our sisters and our brothers, and our children, our husbands and wives, our cousins. And I pray that we hold our head up high and that we stay indoors and have the strength to be still and be able to listen to when God say it's all clear. That's my prayer.